Annie Leibovitz was born on October 2nd, 1949, in Wallsbury, Connecticut. She went to the San Francisco Art Institute, where she would find her love and passion for photography.
I didn't know I'd be interested in photography until I went to the Art Institute and took a night class of photography and found it very, compelling. I found it very immediate gratification. You had a camera and you could go out
In the
world and
1970s, while Annie was still earning her degree, she would take some of her photographs and take them to the Rolling Stones, who would hire her. By 1980, 100 of her photos would appear in the front cover of the Rolling Stones magazine. In that same year, Annie and her good friend John Lennon would plan on her taking pictures of him and his partner, Yoko.
The way I approached photographing John and Yoko for the cover of Rolling Stone was that they had been together for over 12 years, and that was the story, so I wanted both of them together in an embrace.
The same day this photo was taken, Johnny was killed. The next day, it would be published as the cover of the Rolling Stone magazine, causing some controversy and sentiment. These are some of Annie's early works. She liked to combine ambient light with storage, which made the background seem seamless and flat, and made the picture look one-dimensional. The subject or the foreground would pop forward. In other words, it was a short exposure. Later on in her career, these would be one of her most iconic pictures. In 1983, Annie would leave the Rolling Stone magazine and go to the Vogue magazine. She wanted to explore new things. She saw herself as a photographer, not just a rock music photographer. Annie Leibovitz has 3 children, all girls, and her partner is Susan Sontag, who was a writer and filmmaker. She would die in 2004, which will inspire one of her books called Pilgrimage, which is just pictures of different objects or places. Like this one that she took, many people would ask her how she got that angle, but it was actually there in the sidewalk, and it was over her kids. And while she was traveling and taking pictures of different objects and trying to capture things, which was pretty hard to take pictures of just objects since she was used to just taking pictures of portraits, she was also learning. And yes, like at this time, it was already way off in her career. So they're like, really? You're still learning? But yeah, everyone can learn. And this was really different for her because she wasn't known for landscapes or just taking pictures of objects. She was known for her portraits. She said it was nice for her to not have an agenda or like, okay, I'm gonna take a picture of this, but just travel and explore and try finding photos that really moved her and pulled her in. And this picture and the next picture were difficult for her to really capture the details she wanted to, which is weird to do in the first place since it was an object and she hasn't really done that. And when you're on the move, you only have a camera. So she just took a small snapshot. Throughout her career, she has created the most iconic and unique editorial portraits all over the world. She has worked with many famous people, like Barack Obama, who was once the president, and even Queen Elizabeth. Look at those details in those pictures and the lighting. She also worked with Miley Cyrus, and this picture sparked a lot of controversy, mainly because her fans weren't ready to see her in that way. With each picture she takes and different person she goes with and works, she does her homework. Like the next picture about to come, she is a very fun person who has this joke that if she scrubs hard enough, she will be white underneath. When she started working with the Vlog magazine, she got into taking pictures of dance, and she even worked with others to help create the image they see, such as this one. And like I said, she worked with many more celebrities and still does, like Kim Kardashian, as you see, and many more to come. Some of her crew has said that she at first is hard to work with, but that's because she was used to working alone, just by herself. She even admitted that it took her a while to be able to work along the lines of others, because she would get frustrated when she would see an image and want to portray it and they wouldn't understand. Another thing I love about Annie is that she does celebrity Disney pictures, bringing magic into life like she does in other pictures to come. And these type of pictures take a lot of editing and a lot of lighting and tones, and you just have to know what you're doing. If you can see the transition between this picture, it's just breathtaking. Annie also worked on this calendar showing different types of women in their true form, being natural, and captured their beauty, showing that every woman is beautiful despite all society puts up as an image we're supposed to be and how we're supposed to look like or act. There are different types of women there to eventuate. Like her, she is confident with her body despite that society might be like, no. And it's just amazing to see that she also inspires women. She just doesn't take pictures. She might take pictures for this and that, but when she gets a chance, she's always trying to send a message, whether people think it's controversial or not, whether it's good or bad attention. She's truly a kind-hearted person. Annie likes to be authentic and keep it real. She doesn't like fake things like on set. For instance, she was helping out with the Lincoln campaign, and she told the people to wear what they would wear on a road trip, which was the narrative of this, to capture this image of like these friends going on a road trip and having fun. And I like that she takes pictures when they're not noticing to make it more real and natural, not something fake.
Looks like a little travel log. So this is the first grid. I'm literally going to shoot the car like this, and you see pieces of the car. You don't really see the whole car, and then you eventually piece it together, and that's my job.
She understands what she wants from an image, and we're there to help, facilitate that. So it's always a collaboration with her.
Annie thinks of herself, and she is more of a journalistic photographer, so it's got to look real.
Being a filmmaker, it's not about that one moment. We're shooting 24 moments every second, and I have time, and I can move, and she has to find that one moment in time that tells the whole story.
Let's say you're on this.
There really wasn't much information about her technique, but as her work shows and the behind the scenes shows that she really just tries to be natural and embody the beauty of life and in the people and the world we live in.